welcome to Out of Bounds with the Knicks chick. I know this is a belated episode. I was out of town and I will never do that again before the trade deadline, seeing as everything that happened. I planned on coming back and recapping All-Star Weekend. The Knicks were well represented. We had Stat, we had Fields. We almost had Sean Williams, but then he found out that with the three-point contest, you actually can't just shoot the corner three. You got to go all the way around the arc, so he pulled out. So great weekend, but we don't have time to discuss it because so much else has happened since then. Carmelo Anthony, welcome to the Mecca of basketball. Welcome to my New York Knicks. We are so glad to have you. It sucked for me to get this news in Mexico where nobody cared. But shout out to NY Knicks Mexico on Twitter for trying to help me find a place to watch his debut. I'm so glad to be home where I can share my happiness with all my fellow Knicks fans who understand what a great trade this was. We now have 2 of the top 5 scorers in the league on our team. Of course, with all the celebration came the haters and the questions of, was this even a good trade? Did we give up too much? Of course, this was a good move. And we didn't give up too much. You cannot look at giving up Felton as part of this trade. Felton is parallel with the Chauncey Billups acquisition, okay? We got Chauncey Billups, who is a point guard, who is an all-star, an all-NBA first team, a Olympian, an NBA champion. I mean, his veteran presence and poise is so invaluable, and what he's going to bring to us, I think, is a great thing. So, Felton for Chauncey, I'll take it. Essentially, we gave up Gallo and Will for Melo. Now, of course, Will was playing great. He was blocking shots. He was being really intense. Not consistently, but still playing well. Gallo was getting better every year. But you cannot deny that Melo is like the 2 of them put together. I mean, this is a superstar in the league. He comes with playoff experience. He comes with superstar calls. He's more of an offensive threat on a daily, nightly basis than either of those guys will be. And he comes with the ability to draw a great point guard or center to play with us in the near future. So if you can't see how that's an upgrade, then I'm not really sure what to tell you. The rest of the trade was insignificant pieces traded away for expiring contracts. So it all really evens out. Don't tell me that you're crying over losing Timothy Mozgov because D'Antoni really didn't give him significant minutes. Anyway, other criticism I'm hearing is that we have a team with no defense now. Hello, we didn't play any defense before anyway. So defense as a team is not because of individual players. Tony Douglas plays D, Fields plays D, Turiaf, Williams, now Chauncey Billups, all individual players with defensive abilities. But when you're running a system that requires you to get a shot up in 7 seconds or less, who the hell wants to play the defense on the other end of the floor? Who has energy left for that when you're playing 36 minutes in his system? So I'm not making excuses, but Pringle's system basically sets them up for failure on the other end of the floor. So I'm hoping that Chauncey Billups has the ability to somehow slow it down a little bit and play more towards his style and let his D be a little bit contagious to our team. As quickly as people hopped on the bandwagon, they hopped right off when we lost to the Cavs, which is fine with me. Stephen A. Smith, who's probably the only person whose Twitter account you can actually hear screaming at you through the computer, said that we were absolutely disgraceful for our loss to the Cavs. Are you serious, Stephen A. Smith? You're going to write us off 1 loss 2 games into the trade, so you don't want to give us maybe more than 1 or 2 practices to create some sort of chemistry together? No? Okay, my fault for thinking that you were some sort of pro basketball analyzer. Boston and the Lakers both lost to the Cavs. They were not rebuilding, so I'm not sure what their excuse was, but I know that you didn't judge them as quickly as you were to judge us. Thank you, Bobby Broadway on Twitter, for letting me know that Brandon Tierney shares this same ridiculous opinion. Quite frankly, I think that you both need to just calm down and stop jumping to conclusions and let us play our game and develop a chemistry, okay? Tonight we play versus the Heat on ESPN, and it'll be a good teller. We've beat them before. I'm sure we can do it again. If you are on Twitter, I'm at NicksChick, Hoops5 is at Hoops5, and my good friend Bobby Broad is at Bobby Broad. Just because he's a Mets, Giants, and Knicks fan too, he's worth following. The Rockets waived Jared Jeffries. So stay tuned because you know what's coming. Peace, love, and basketball.